The 33 apiece as Lavoy Allen will go to the line to shoot 2. Temple's taken only 2 free throws the entire game so far.
Well, again, that's indicative of the fact that Temple hasn't been really aggressive going to the basket. Certainly hasn't attacked California on the inside very often. And you can take a look at the numbers. Temple 1 of 13 from beyond the arc. Now, they're not necessarily a good three-point shooting team anyway. Came into this game shooting 26%. But it seems like they're settling. Because Cal is not sagging. I mean, they're going out there trying to play and guard the perimeter.
TJ DeLeo in. And he's out on spin. Now Gutierrez. Feed to Camp. Yeah, they get Camp for their travel. 14th turnover.
Execution once again. Nice delivery by Gutierrez. This Camp should have been ready for it because he had lost his man.
Moore feeding the post. Allen and Camp matching up. Nice move, Lavoy Allen. He has 11.
Allen 5 of 11 from the field. I mean, he's not necessarily letting the game come to him, but he's certainly taking advantage now, starting to take advantage of opportunities inside.
Jefferson, loose ball. And that one tipped to Ramon Moore. And they get the offensive foul.
That one I'm not so sure about. But Lavoy Allen really in the second half starting to get himself on track. And you can see, obviously, he's got what it takes to play on the block. And, of course, he can step outside. We say he's Temple's most complete player. He's got a lot of dimensions to his offensive game, and as we know, he's a pretty good defender.
His teammate Ramon Moore just picked up his 3rd foul. Mike Stevens on that call. Moore didn't like it. Wyatt goes down to the deck. And now set it back up. Temple just having trouble getting into its offense.
Well, there's some tenacity to this Cal defense. There's no question about it.
As you were saying, Crab tries to save it. DeLeo collects. And then they get the bump on the floor. It'll be on Solomon, his 2nd.
It's just a Temple right now. I mean, when they run their sets, they look a little bit awkward. You see guys falling to the floor, off balance. Some of it is the physical play of California's D, but a lot of it just seems to be that they're just out of kilter right now. You know, we keep harping on the fact that 11 days off. It doesn't matter if you practice for 11 days. It still has impact because you can't, you know, really simulate game speed. Nothing like playing for real.
Hernandez kicks to the corner and wide.
Every once in a while, the Owls will show you some signs of life.
Khalif Wyatt, his job to do just that, give him some scoring off the bench. Franklin catch and shoot. Look out because he can get hot.
Bears aren't going anywhere. Temple's got to be resigned to that fact. They're not going to just lay down this young team, and despite their inexperience.
Solomon steps in. Look at the big guy.
You know, the one thing I've noticed about Temple, I'm sure Fran Dunphy is noticing as well. You know, his guys may be playing hard, and they've made some effort on some plays and stuff like that, but look in their face, there's no real passion, no, you know, real desire in their minds to go out and execute and do the things they necessarily have to. They're pretty much kind of laissez-faire, let somebody else do it, lackadaisical. And it may be the layoff as well, but they've got to get their heads into this ball game because, as we said, the young players from Cal aren't going away. And right there, good anticipation by Richard Solomon with the finish.
They got the foul on Harper Kemp. And Kemp now with 3. 17 fouls on Cal, so it's a 1-and-1 situation.
Mike Montgomery and Mike Kitts, the official, having a cross-court conversation about that last play.
Long distance.
And it's certainly not intimate because the way the acoustics are in this place, everybody can hear it.
Michael Eric checks back in. Temple leading it by 3. Lavoy Allen, after scoring only 2 points in the first half, 11 points since the break.
Now it's time to give him a rest, and Michael Eric did a decent job offensively, a couple of moves. It's his turn now to kind of be the dominance in the middle.
Solomon on the glass.
Eric is disappointed. He let Solomon get away from him. Thought he had him blocked out.
What do you want? What do you want?
Now I believe Wyatt his first. Foul ball out of bounds. 8:40 to go here, second half. Winner of this one will play Notre Dame in the semifinals here, the Old Spice Classic. John Shabby, Len Elmore from HP Fieldhouse. Happy Thanksgiving wherever you are. And Wyatt picks up another quickie. That's 17 fouls on Temple. So a 1-and-1 situation.
Again, Wyatt, instead of moving his feet, just got caught with putting 2 hands on the ball handler. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, really get focused and dig in on the defensive end and even on the offensive end to focus on execution. I just don't see it with Temple, and maybe they'll get it. It's still got 8 minutes and 30 seconds, but as I said, the longer Cal stays in this ball game against the number 20 team in the country, the more difficult they're going to be to put away.
Wyatt looking for some help, and finds Jefferson, who puts it on the deck. Oh, knocks over Richard Solomon. Reliever Jefferson. Eric steps in and a steal. It'll go the other way. Nice ball fake right there, and Jefferson 2 more. 8. And the Temple lead is now up to 7.
And Reliever Jefferson may have just begun to light the fire. You see the Temple players jumping off the bench. Now we see the emotion.
Under 8 timeout here at HP Fieldhouse, and Temple starting to make a...
UNLV in Anaheim. As soon as our game is done on ESPN2, we'll pick it up live. For now, back to Orlando. Guys?
Steve, UNLV already with a good win this year against Wisconsin. And Wisconsin in our semifinals. They'll take on Boston College here tomorrow. Temple leading by 7. Jorge Gutierrez back at the point.
Coming out of that timeout, I'm sure Mike Montgomery told his guys, need situation. We got to execute, get a basket, get back on the board, and then set up the D.
Gary Franklin, he is not shy.
And this is not a game for the shy, honestly. Somebody's got to take control and assert themselves for either team. Lavoy Allen started to do it. Reliever Jefferson picked up where he left off. Maybe Gary Franklin's the man for Cal.
Randall put it on the deck. DeLeo. Sanders prizing the rebound, number 7. Solomon the rebound. Freshman way off with the follow.
Got to be under control. Again, time and score situation. You're only down 4. You get an offensive rebound, get back and reset. Unless you got a point-blank kind of shot, or you're going to draw a foul.
Steal there, it's Crabbe. The freshman will take it the other way and lay it in. And it's a 2-point game. Mike Montgomery with under 6 minutes to go in this one with 3 freshmen on the court. And Fran Dunphy calls timeout.
Well, Fran can't be happy. Again, on their last possession, Lavoy Allen gets the ball and kicks it off to someone else instead of him making an opportunity. We're talking about Allen here. We see Franklin with that 3 that kind of got Cal started, and then aggressive defense right there. Alan Crabbe with the steal and the layup.
And they want Crabbe to be a little more aggressive. Temple, one of the favorites to win the A-10. Well, out of conference, look at this beast of a schedule. Maryland, Georgetown, Villanova, Duke.
Yeah, but you just can't wait to play those guys to really get your game face on and get ready to play. I mean, these are the teams that are far more difficult. If you want to be a consistently good team, you want to stay in the top 25, stay in that conversation, these guys have to get themselves ready. Coach can only do but so much. And you can't turn it on and turn it off, as we see here. Every time Temple wants to break away with some enthusiasm, Cal just gets right back in the game.
Now the Golden Bears won't go away in this one. Fernandez.
Big tough shot right there.
Gutierrez a 3, and Cal has retaken the lead. First time Cal has had the lead since they were up 21-19 with 4:16 left in the first half.
We talked about they're not going away, and they've stayed in this game long enough now that they believe that they can win it.
They get Gutierrez fouling Allen. They had the mismatch down low. His 3rd foul, but Jorge